Now you're going to bring your left leg in front of your right leg, so kind of planting your foot straight down in front of your right knee like this. And now we're going to do adductions. So you're going to squeeze your right leg up, keep the leg straight. So I'm just squeezing my right inner thigh toward my left thigh, pressing the heel forward, reaching my toes back toward my shin, and just squeezing up as much as possible. The leg stays straight. I don't need to curl my toes. I'm keeping my foot neutral. And then again, squeezing the inner thigh toward the left thigh. I should feel my inner right thigh engaging. All right, so I should feel a lot of work there. And I'm just going to keep holding this, still engaging that inner right thigh. And maintaining control over my breathing. Keeping my hips squared straight out to the side. One more breath. And then release down. Relax a little bit. And then one more of these. Next exhale. Squeeze it up. Again, toes reach back toward the shins. Heel presses away from your body. And you're squeezing that inner right thigh toward the left leg. Breathing in and out of the nose. Exhaling to increase the intensity. Inhaling and trying to maintain. If you're getting tired, that's a good thing. That means that you're going to get stronger. We do want to get tired as we're doing these exercises. If you're doing them and you're not getting tired, again, try to increase the intensity. One more breath, keep it up. And release. All right, now we're going to roll onto your side for some sideline hip work. So first thing you're going to do, make sure that your hips are stacked. Your pubic bone is facing straight out to the side. And we're going to do some hip abductions first, which means your hip coming away from one another. So you can rest on your forearm if you want. You can rest kind of head to your hand to your head, like you're a swimsuit model. However you can comfortably lie on your side. And then you're just going to squeeze your left leg straight up. Doesn't have to be that high, but just squeezing that leg up, feeling the outside of your hip engage. And we're just going to hold this for a little bit. So I want you to press your left foot as far as you can away from your body, and then squeeze it up high until you feel the outside of your left hip engaging. So what we're doing here is strengthening the outer hip and your glute. So that's what we want to feel here. This is important because it helps with stability while balancing. It helps with your knees. It helps with squats. This is very important. Again, this is a foundation of hip strength. Keep the abs tight. And then go ahead and release down. We're going to do one more of those. Kind of shake it out, relax. And then again, lift your left leg up. Keep the toes facing straight to the outside. Lift your leg high. Press your foot forward. Squeeze the outside of your left hip. And if you're getting tired while doing these, that's great. This is the workout. We're doing a lot of exercises like this, focusing on slow, controlled movements, some of them not moving at all, some of them isometric, like what we're doing now, and focusing on just getting those muscles to engage. So you should start to get tired here. If you're not, maybe you already have really good muscle activation, or maybe you're not pushing yourself hard enough, so take it up a notch. One more breath here. And then slowly release down. And you're going to flip over into a tabletop position now, and I'm going to show you how to properly use your forearms. So we've done a lot of hip work so far. Take a little break for your hips. Focus on your upper body. So first thing we're going to do, just go ahead and assume a relaxed kneeling position. I'm going to have you bring your arms straight out in front of you, like so. Palms facing the wall in front of you, and then squeeze your fingertips back toward your forearms. Now as you do this, you should feel the tops of your forearms engage. This might be difficult for you, but this is really important for proper arm positioning, wrist and forearm positioning in yoga. If you do not have the strength to do this, and then you put your hands on the ground and do a plank, and you do it inactively, right? You kind of just relax on, you kind of rely on the ground to get your hands into this position. That could result in wrist pain. So I want you to work on squeezing your fingertips back toward your forearms, and then spread your fingers nice and wide. So bring your thumb as far as you can away from the index finger, right, away from the pointer finger. Make that nice and wide, and then again, squeeze your fingers back toward your forearms. So this is extension. This is called wrist extension. And then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to go to wrist flexion. So I want you to squeeze your fingers now into the insides of your forearms, and you can even curl your fingers in a little bit here. And now we're going to feel the forearm engage. You're going to feel that muscle, kind of the inside of your forearm engage. We want to squeeze the fingers in, squeeze the wrist in, almost like you're doing if you've done wrist curls before or if you've done bicep curls, you're going to feel those muscles start to engage. And this is important because we need to keep balance in the wrist. We need to do both extension and flexion in order to keep the wrist healthy and prevent injury or prevent pain when doing yoga or any other type of exercise. All right, one more time, extension. So reach the fingers back toward the outsides of your forearms, reaching back, palms facing forward, just like you would for a plank or a push-up. Extend the fingers as much as you can, so make sure that your fingers aren't bent, but try and stretch them all the way, reaching back, straightening the fingers, reaching, squeezing your thumbs away from your index fingers. And then again, flexion. So now bringing your fingers in toward the insides of your forearms, bringing the wrist in, just like you would for a wrist curl. Feeling the insides of your forearms engage now, and also maybe feeling some stretching in the outsides of your forearms or on the tops of your forearms. 10 more seconds, last breath. All right, nice job. So mountain pose is your basic standing pose. Go ahead and grab a block to help with this, and this is going to be a last pose for this workout today. Block goes between your thighs. Stand with your feet about maybe 4 to 6 inches apart, depending on your block. And then I'm going to have you push down through your big toes, push down through your heels, stand up as tall as you can. Bring your hands to your thighs and internally rotate your thighs. So we're internally rotating the thighs so the block goes slightly back. And then reach your tailbone down just a little bit. Tighten your glutes just a tiny bit. Lift your ribs up away from your hips. Draw the ribs in. Turn your palms to face forward, shoulder blades relaxed, your shoulders relaxed, and then shoulder blades pull down and squeeze toward one another to engage your upper back. Push the top of your head toward the ceiling, relax your chin toward your throat. This is a perfect mountain pose here. So I'm pushing down through my feet, my shoulder blades are retracted, my thighs are internally rotated, my hips are externally rotated. So thighs turn in, glutes engage, tailbone reaches down, abs stay tight, ribs lift away from the hips, and breathing in and out of the nose. So I want you to just spend about a minute here focusing on all of that engagement. Again, toes pressing into the ground, thighs squeezing toward one another, ribs lifting away from the hips, abs staying tight, shoulder blades pulling down, palms facing forward, chin pulling back and relaxing toward the chest, top of the head pressing up. So I'm working on staying as tall as I can in this standing position. At the same time, I'm also working on total engagement through my core and my thighs and my feet and my shoulders. So you can apply this to posture as you're sitting in a chair. You can do this when you're standing or waiting in line for something. This is a very good exercise to practice for improving your posture. All right, and then go ahead and shake it out, take the block out, and that's it.